We've just touched down on the roof of a 2,000-year-old Mayan temple. Yes, actually on the temple. And the view is unreal. The jungle stretches out in every direction like a living, breathing sea of green mist rolls off the canopy. Parrots screech in the distance, and the air feels both ancient and electric. Standing here, high above the treetops, it's impossible not to feel like we've stepped into another world entirely. But this isn't just sightseeing. Today, we're diving headfirst into a hidden chapter of Mayan history. One almost no one gets to see. Not tourists, not researchers, not even the archaeologists who originally mapped these ruins. The places we're exploring are so restricted and so unstable that access is basically forbidden. And yet, here we are. Our journey begins at a massive temple that looms above the jungle like a stone giant. At its base, there's a narrow entrance carved into the rock, leading into a tunnel so dark it looks like a portal to another dimension. And who volunteers to go first? Me, obviously. I duck inside, flick on the flashlight, and instantly feel the temperature drop. The walls are rough, the floor is uneven, and of course, there are booby traps, some ancient, some still very real. This temple was built more than 2 millennia ago, but here's the wild part. It sits on top of an even older pyramid. The deeper we descend, the older the stones become, like we're peeling back layers of time. Every step takes us closer to the heart of an ancient civilization. Inside one chamber, we stumble upon a towering statue, the Mayan corn god, framed inside the open jaws of a jaguar. The detail is mind-blowing. Carved feathers, polished stone, perfect symmetry. I try analyzing the statue like a pro, and immediately embarrass myself by identifying an intricate ornament as a 2,000-year-old toilet. Spoiler, it's an earring archaeologists everywhere would be ashamed of me. As we push deeper underground, the danger becomes more obvious. Some tunnels are barely wide enough to crawl through. Others drop off into pits we can't even see the bottom of. It's clear why no one is allowed here. This place is sacred, fragile, and genuinely hazardous. Hours later, when we finally reach the end of a narrow corridor, we discover something extraordinary. A jade funerary mask belonging to a king of the Snake Kingdom over 1,000 years old, crafted to protect a ruler as he traveled to the underworld. Holding it feels unreal. It's the kind of artifact that should be behind bulletproof glass, surrounded by alarms, and yet it's here, resting in my hands. Ancient history meeting modern curiosity. It feels like the weight of the entire Mayan world is sitting in my palms. When we emerge back into the sunlight, the scale of what surrounds us hits all at once. An entire ancient city sprawls across the landscape. Dozens of temples rising from the jungle floor, some fully uncovered, others still half swallowed by vines and roots. At its peak, more than 100,000 people lived here. The remnants of their lives are everywhere. Stone roads, intricate carvings, plazas big enough to host 1,000 people. This wasn't just a settlement, this was a thriving metropolis. Walking through the ruins, it feels like the past is still alive. You can almost picture merchants trading in the plaza, hear the gods being worshipped inside temples decorated with brilliant murals, or imagine the crowds packed into the ball courts to watch the ancient sport of pits. Ah yes, pits. Imagine basketball, soccer, and chaos blended together. Except you're not allowed to use your hands, and the stakes were a lot higher. In some ceremonies, the losing captain wasn't just benched, he was sacrificed. So naturally, we decided to give it a shot. The court is huge, the stone rings impossibly high, and let's just say, we were terrible. Every time we missed, someone joked about guarding their neck a little better after getting thoroughly humiliated by a sport invented 3,000 years ago. We headed to a natural cenote to cool off. The water was freezing in the best way, crystal clear, glowing blue where the sunlight struck it, surrounded by walls of limestone. Jumping in after hours of sweat, dust, and ancient tunnels was heaven. Once we resurfaced, it was time to try food inspired by ancient Mayan staples. Corn, tortillas, earthy flavors that people here have relied on for thousands of years. And because we're us, we finished with a very modern twist. Fresh Feastables peanut butter cups. Honestly, pretty delicious after exploring tunnels that smell like history and fear. Refueled and re-energized, we set our sights on the star of the entire journey. The Temple of Kukul Khan at Chichen Itza, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Standing at its base is humbling. The angles are perfect, the steps are precise, and the engineering, genius. If you clap at the bottom of the staircase, the echo bounces back, sounding exactly like a serpent's chirp. A deliberate acoustic illusion designed over 1,000 years ago. How did they pull that off? No one fully knows. Clustered at the top is a small, sacred temple. Outsiders aren't allowed to climb it, and we wanted to respect that. So we sent up a drone instead. The room at the summit is empty now, stripped bare centuries ago by Spanish looters. But imagining what once stood there, gold, incense, royal offerings, still gave us chills. We ended the day in a hidden cave where the Mayans believed the Tree of Life connected the underworld, the earth, and the heavens. Standing there in the cool darkness, surrounded by ancient symbols and still water, it was impossible not to feel connected to the Mayans, not just their ruins, but their beliefs, their brilliance, their humanity. This entire journey, from booby-trapped tunnels to sacred temples, from cenotes to world wonders, felt like traveling through time. The Mayans built a world full of innovation, mystery, artistry, and danger, and walking through their legacy has been beyond incredible. Mexico, you've blown us away. From secret pyramids to the Temple of Kukul Khan itself, this adventure is going to stay with me forever.